the CEO of First Light Imaging. First Light is a small company based in France and specialized in very high-end imaging solution. Our main applications are for real-time and low-light applications such as astronomy. For the moment, we propose a full range of cameras, including visible solution, OCAM2, but also a range of SWIR camera, infrared. Today, I'd like to introduce you CRED1, which is the most outstanding camera, SWIR camera on the market. It is the fastest and the lowest noise camera on the market today. CRED1 is based around MCT EAPD avalanche photodiode sensor made by Leonardo in the UK. It's 320 pixels by 256, and actually it runs at 3,500 frames per second with a very low noise of less than 1 electron. CRED1 is the perfect solution for adaptive optics systems and interferometry systems. CRED1 is already on the sky on 4 continents, and it equips very big telescope systems such as Mount Chara, Observatoire de la Côte d'Azur in France, and many more all over the world. CRED1 is the best infrared camera for your adaptive optics system.
What you have here is a CRED1 camera. The first thing to do is to connect the camera to the computer and to the water cooling and to the power supply. So what you have here are the camera link data interface cables. So that you have to connect. You have the water cables that you have to connect. And you have here the power supply cable. So the first thing to do is to connect everything to the camera. You have to switch the power supply on just by pushing this button here. So you push here, it's on, and you check the current. At the beginning you have 0.7 amp, and then when the camera is booting, it will increase a little to let's say 0.9 ampere. So we wait a little. The camera is booting at the moment. So the camera is starting. Check that. So you have 0.9 amp. So the camera has started normally. So now we can start the demo software. So you have the CRED1 here. So you click on it, and the software is starting. So you see here the main panel of the software. The first thing to check is that the camera boot is okay. So you see the version of the firmware, of the hardware, and you have here the prompt command. So it shows that the camera has started properly. So now that the camera has started, we can start to cool down the camera, and the camera can be cooled down when the camera status here is ready. So we have the camera status ready, You can also check the vacuum. The vacuum here is 1 minus to the 5. So the vacuum must be below 1 minus to the 3. And when the vacuum is sufficient, you can start to cool down the camera. If the vacuum here is poor, you will have a message on the camera status telling you that the vacuum is poor, and then you will have to do the getter regeneration as it is documented in the user manual. So now the camera is ready and we can start cooling down the camera. So the way to cool down the camera is just by pushing here on cooling, and the state which is here off will switch to on. So now you have on, you have cooling here, so the camera is cooling down, and what you can do is that you can check the temperature of the detector here, and you see that the temperature is start to decrease. So now you have to wait for the cooling down of the camera, and the cooling down of the camera takes about 1 hour. So now the camera is cooling down. So you see the temperature decreasing. Now you have 175 Kelvin. You see the pulse tube power here, which is around 160 watt. So it means that you have the power into the pulse tube cooling down the camera. And you can check the camera status. Camera status says that the camera is being cooled. So now what you have to do is that you have to wait for the detector to be cool, and the target temperature is 80 Kelvin. We are at 170, so now you have to wait to have the detector at 80 Kelvin, and when the detector will be at 80 Kelvin, you will be able to start to do the image. Okay, so now the camera is cold, so you have reached the temperature of 80 Kelvin here, and you see that the camera status is operational. So what you can do now is to start to see the image on the camera. So the first thing you can do is to select the readout mode. So the most common readout mode is the Global Reset CDS. So we can select the readout mode here. And to see the image, you have to grab it. So push here on grab. So you start to see the image appearing, and you in the window which is here, the display window which is here, you have to select a place of the image in order to do the clip of the image. So we are clipping here. So now you see the image on the camera here. You see the same display in the middle of the main display here. You have here the readout speed, so here it's 1700 frames per second. Then you have also the multiplication gain of the image. So by default the gain is 1, but you can increase the gain to, for example, to 10. So if, for example, I click here, so the gain is 2, the gain is 3, and you see on the image that you are increasing the gain. You can come back to the gain of 1 by clicking here, gain 1. So you are gain 1 here. When you grab the image, what you can do is to save an image, for example. So the image is acquired here in a loop, in a buffer. The buffer of the loop can be reset. You can reset the buffer. For example, here I reset it, so it starts again. You can stop the acquisition, and then you can save the image buffer here. So you open the location of the image you want to save. For example, we have a location here on the desktop. So we can save a test image. So I'll remove that. So we can save the test image. And you can say the number of images you want to save. For example, I will save here 2000 images. And you click on save. And it's copying the image into the location you have put. If you want to have the camera working again and grabbing again the image, you click here again on grab, and the camera start again. So here we are looking at the scene which is here. So with the water falling down on the water which is falling down. So you can see the image here. What you can also do is you can have another readout mode. For example, we can choose the non-destructive readout mode, which is here. So by default, the non-destructive readout mode starts with 3 readouts, but you can increase it. You see the frame rate decreasing because you have a number of readouts which is 3. So for example, we can put here 10 readouts. So the number of the frame rate is also decreasing, but you see that the signal has increased. So the signal has increased, the readout noise, the frame rate has decreased. You can come back to CDS, for example. So the signal has decreased, and you must do the clipping again. Okay, so now we will switch the light off. So can you please switch the light off? Okay, and you can see that now the image is completely dark, so there is no more signal, and we will see how to have the image coming back. So what we can do at first is to do multiple readouts. So we click here on global reset and readout, and we can increase the number of reads. So by doing that, we see almost nothing. And now we need to increase the gain. So let's start by having a gain of 10 and see what happens. So with a gain of 10, we see now we start to see the image. So we are in darkness, and we have the image which is arriving. So now we can also continue to increase the gain. I will put a gain of 50. So here you have the gain of 50. And again, you increase the contrast in your image. And I think we can go up to 100. So here we have a gain of 100. And you see now that we can see the image. So the other things you can do is that you can do bias correction and flat correction. So when you want to do a bias correction, what you have to do is to put the camera in the darkness, so no light in front of the camera, and you just have to push on build bias. Then you build the bias. The bias is sent automatically to the camera, and when you want to apply the bias correction, you click here, and here the bias is subtracted. You can do a flat fill also, and you can apply the flat fill correction, and you push here. Okay, so when you have finished to operate the camera, one good thing is to come back to a gain of 1, like this. So don't stay with a gain of 100 during a lot of time. And then you can select any readout mode you want, but you have to stop the camera properly. So to stop the camera, the first thing you have to do is to stop grabbing the image. So you stop here. Then you have to stop the cooling by pushing on cooling here, and the cooling state will switch to off. So now we are starting to warm the camera. So you stop the grabbing, you stop the cooling, and now you can stop the camera definitely by pushing here on shutdown. So avoid to switch off the power supply before doing that. So you shut down the camera and you wait for the prompt here saying that shutting down the camera, okay. So the camera is shut down, and now you can shut down the power supply, which is here. So here the camera is completely off. When you have shut down the power supply, the last thing you can do is to shut down the water by pushing the button here on the water circulation unit. Okay, that's finished.